The very first two cards that you get are from Saint Germain. The very first one says karma is releasing. And what this card says is to move beyond drama, create your own path, and make room for good energy. This feels more like this will be sort of happening for you. This doesn't feel like anything that you really need to do. It's as if it just is happening. Karma is releasing. Saint Germain. The very next card is also Saint Germain. He is very powerful. He was very famous for turning lead into gold. He's an alchemist. And to get two of the same deity is very powerful. And what this one is saying is work your magic. So karma is going to be releasing. Work your magic. In other words, allow the release to happen. Be the alchemist is what he's saying. So he is definitely going to be with you guys as this karma is releasing sort of here and there over the next 6 months. Yeah, really powerful stuff. Working your magic is also related to, he was literally able to turn lead into gold. But symbolically, it's about turning negative into positive, turning challenges into learning experiences and making you, sort of more wise, more expanded, soul growth kind of thing. Take the bad situations and give them meaning that empowers you. That's what he's saying. That is working your magic. So as this karma releases, allow it, let it release. The very next card that you get is from Archangel Michael saying that you are safe, and he wanted to be tucked right up underneath this karma releasing, because what they're saying is, and I've experienced this too sometimes, is what it feels like is when karma is releasing, and it's something that you're not necessarily doing to make happen, it's just that the frequencies are higher now. And so on a cellular level, it would be as if someone turned up the volume on the stereo, and it's so loud now that you can feel it, and it's shaking all your cells on a cellular level, and it's causing some lower frequencies to sort of be shaken off. Does that make sense? And then they're just sort of rise and they want to come out, and they're asking you to let that happen. What that can feel like is that all of a sudden you'll just be having all these memories from not so great situations, not very nice experiences that may have happened in this lifetime. You may have memories about things that you haven't thought about in a very long time, and they're not pleasant kind of thing. And you are safe in allowing that to come through you. So he's saying just to recognize that as karma is releasing, it's just karma releasing. In other words, just allow these memories to come up, and then you can let them go. So you just kind of go, wow, okay, yeah, I remember that. That happened. Thank you. You can go now, Like let it be easy. Let it be that simple. So you are safe is what he's saying, is let it be that simple. There doesn't need to be any more meaning attached to it than it's just floating up into your awareness so that you can then let it go. That's all it is. So you're safe to do that. You are safe. Archangel Michael is with you. Karma releasing. Karma is a kind of a funny word, isn't it? We sometimes think, when we see somebody do a bad thing and we go, ooh, karma's gonna come around and get them for that. So for you, feeling like karma is releasing, could have some of you feeling like, you've done something bad and karma is coming back around. And that's not what they're saying in the context of your reading right now. It's more about sort of, it's cause and effect. It's the spiritual law of cause and effect, karma. Sometimes some cause may have been that you were completely abused and traumatized, and as a result of that, you made some decisions about who you were going to be and how the world works and how you were going to survive in the world, kind of thing. Those sorts of decisions based on trauma or other situations outside of yourself can cause you to sort of lose yourself a little bit. It's like you sort of become something else to survive. Does that make sense? And karma releasing is allowing those experiences and your decisions of, in terms of your way of being, to go now, so that you can kind of shed some of these ways of being from experiences, from programming, from lifetimes of programming and ways of being. That's what's leaving. That's what wants to be released. That's the karma that they're referring to. So it's not that you've done something bad. It's just karma. It's just ways of being that we learned how to be to survive in this world. And that's what needs to go, because we are going from surviving to thriving. And so you want to, we want to shed all these ways of being that aren't our true selves. Now this card comes up, this infinite supply is coming up, and this wanted to be right after Archangel Michael. So there's a couple meanings with this card. One is that, they're talking fast. Okay. Infinite supply. So one, and look how she kind of looks kind of sad. The colors of this are just kind of purple, a little bit like Saint Germain is he's the violet flame. He's very, there's a very purple energy about him, that violet flame that can burn away and release that karma. This is letting you know that when this sort of happens, maybe you've got lots of memories and you don't know what it means. It can affect things. They're wanting you to know that you'll be taken care of. This is coming up next to him, and he wants to come back. You are safe. You are taken care of. The world is made up of just infinite supply of everything that you need. You will be taken care of. The other meaning to this is in terms of one of the areas that of karma that may be releasing. The idea that of lack, that there's not enough. Maybe that's one of the beliefs that wants to come up to be released. This whole fundamental program, this whole fundamental way of seeing the world through the eyes of lack is wanting to leave. So for some of you that may resonate. It's a general reading. For some of you that may resonate. If you struggle with money, if you have this sort of ongoing idea that there's just not enough, or you have to compete in the world, like the world's a competition, there's not enough, and there is. And so that one wants to come up to say there is enough. There's an infinite supply for everybody. So let that go. Let that go. And this is all about, over the next 6 months, releasing this karma is about remembering who you are. A powerful, loving, creative being. Not, getting rid of any ideas of suppression and depression and surviving. Those sorts of energies are leaving. And as they leave, you'll gradually remember who you are. It's like, okay, yeah, letting these things go, and then it will give you the clarity. Once it's gone, you'll get this clarity like, oh yeah, I don't have to believe that. That's not true, actually. Truth of how life works, how the world works. Also, what's coming up next to remembering who you are is the leadership card. You are a leader. You are a leader. Remember who you are. This leadership card is having 2 meanings. You are a leader, sort of in terms of your, divine purpose, your sort of who you are is a leader. And it's time to step into that leadership role. The other is talking about being a leader of your own life, like as you remember who you are, as you really sort of release some of these things and are, you know, clear to remember who you are. Take ownership of your life, leadership. Be the leader of your life, is what they're saying. Be the leader of your life. It's time. It's time. So, you know, this reading is over the next 6 months. So karma will be releasing, and then you'll get some clarity, and then you will sort of be a different person, and then you'll go about life differently. That's what all of these are about, kind of in a row. And the very next card, from leadership of your own life, the very next card is to follow your heart. As you remember who you are and lead with this new clarity about who you are and who you want to be in the world as a thriver, you know, follow your heart as you make decisions about your day and your goals and what you'd like to accomplish, what you'd like to create. Follow your heart space first. And then King Solomon comes up inviting you to prioritize that. Let that be the primary incentives, you know, towards the primary motivation of the decisions that you make moving forward. Prioritize that. Prioritize your higher self and prioritize your heart space. Prioritize following your heart space. So when you're about to make a decision, you know, we have our mental, intellectual, but then check in with your heart. How does it feel? Does this feel good to me? Does this feel empowering? Will this help others as well as myself? That kind of thing, where your heart, where you feel good. It's about the feeling place in your heart space, feeling good about things. Yeah. This next card that wants to go is asking you to get outside. Get outside, get some fresh air. And they were showing me walking, like hiking, walking in nature, just being outside. But it feels more like nature. You know, you can be outside at a events and things like that, but this is more about getting outside, going for walks. This is coming up. She wants to speak to, you know, this karma releasing. You know, as karma is releasing and you're starting to maybe get memories of things, you know, go get outside and go for a walk. What that does is it not only connects you to the energy of spirit and nature, which is everywhere, but it also moves things faster. Right? So when your body is moving, your body is where everything is stored. All of your experiences, everything is in your body temple. So when you go for a walk, that movement allows the karma to release even faster. So get outside and go for walks. That's going to be really helpful for you. You also get Aphrodite. Remember your divine feminine self, your creative self, your divine feminine. Awaken the goddess within you, whether you're male or female. This is about divine feminine energy. They're inviting you to dance, to do self-care, and appreciate how divine you are. She's coming up under this one. Remember who you are. Awaken that divine feminine, the creative, dancing, loving, powerful. They also want to point out this leadership card is also a feminine, you know, a woman, divine feminine figure. And they want you to notice the orange, right? This is orange, this one's orange. Awakening that divine feminine. Orange is such a great color for, you know, it's a bit fiery, and at the same time there's a joyful aspect to it, right? Just dancing. So have fun. Creative projects, dancing, just your divine feminine. Orange is a great color for that. They're inviting you to hold on to your vision. Notice how her arms, sometimes this one is about holding her heart, and actually now they're saying, yep, there's two meanings with this. So notice that she's holding her heart, to always keep in mind to follow her heart. She's also talking about holding on to your vision. Now this is coming up underneath this karma releasing. We're getting to the end of the reading here on YouTube. It's coming up underneath this one. And so as this karma releases, just really, allow yourself to be aware that as memories come up or as things are being released, that you allow this meaning to apply. That, okay, karma is just releasing. I can let this go now. Whatever memories come up, we can let this go now. It's from the past. It doesn't apply anymore. It doesn't serve me anymore. And so they're saying to remember who you are. Remember your vision. Hold on to what your vision is moving forward. Despite having throughout the next 6 months some things coming up, that's what they're saying, to allow them to go and come back to what you're wanting now. As you remember who you are, what are you wanting now and moving forward. And then you get this flow of prosperity. The flow of prosperity comes when you are being yourself, this way. When you're being yourself, holding on to your vision and being a leader about that with yourself and making the choices that you make, following your heart, taking your steps to create your vision because you can, and then the flow of prosperity can just come to you. So this is also wanting to come back up with this one. Look at the difference. Like the world is infinite. The flow of prosperity, constant, and it's infinite, it's unending. And it comes from shedding old, karma, releasing. It comes from releasing that stuff. They're kind of showing me like, when you're a little kid and you first come into the world, you're so, you're just pure and you love life and you don't know things yet. So you're just totally curious about everything. And then just sort of life starts to happen. You might get bullied. Maybe your parents aren't so nice. Teachers maybe aren't so nice. Friends, and then relationships that don't work out. And over time, it's like all this stuff just sort of, they're showing me an image of just sort of dirt, just piling on top of you. And what this karma releasing is about is sort of where spirit's coming and just brushing the dirt off of you. Just brushing the dirt off. And as they do, you'll remember. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that teacher being mean that time. And you just go, okay, well, yeah, that happened. Thank you. That can go now. Thank you, Spirit, for helping to release that. And then another memory will come as another whoosh of dirt comes off of you. And eventually, you're free from all of this. And you're just your true self in all your glory. So what are you wanting now moving forward? Oops. Oh, see, jumping. Just jumping towards your vision. And this flow of prosperity, abundance. The world is an abundant place for you.